All right, wonderful. Let's get started. Welcome everyone to the Manatee County School District Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to the presenters at any time. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Manatee District Virtual College Fair. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, and that's going to be St. Mary's College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cara Firestein, and I am a senior admission counselor with St. Mary's College. I will share my screen here, and we'll go ahead and dive right in. All right, so here we go. St. Mary's College is truly a place for discovery. We are a private Catholic liberal arts college located in Notre Dame, Indiana, just across the street from the University of Notre Dame and next door to Holy Cross College. So we are in a college town. St. Mary's itself is about 1,600 students, and we are a women's college at the undergraduate level. We do have 4 graduate programs that are co-ed, but we'll be focusing today on the undergraduate aspect of St. Mary's College. So as I stated, we're about 1,600 students at the undergraduate level. This slide here shows you a little bit of where our students are coming from. Where those French crosses are located is where we get large pockets of students from. We have students from about 63% of them being out of state. And in total, about 40 states and territories represented in our current student body, which means that if you were to come to St. Mary's, you would have the opportunity to get to know students from all over the country and the world. And as Florida students, you most certainly would not be the only ones from out of state. Our students really make their campus, or our campus, their home away from home. Just a couple more things about our student body. About 22% of our students identify as students of color, and 27% of our students are the first in their families to go to college. Now, when it comes to the academics at St. Mary's, you're going to get a very individualized experience. Our average class size is about 16 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 9:1, which means that you will absolutely know your professors. They will know your name and your face, and more so your passions and your talents. When you are at an institution of our size, your professors really are able to get to know you on a deep level to help you to dive into your strengths and your talents and to help you to prepare to make a difference in the world around you upon graduating. We have over 50 academic programs to choose from, some of our most unique being our dual engineering degree with the University of Notre Dame, which allows our students to get 2 degrees in 5 years, 1 from St. Mary's and 1 from the University of Notre Dame. Our speech and language pathology major. We have an undergraduate major as well as a master's program and a 4+1 option. So if you are looking into speech and language pathology, you could finish your bachelor's and your master's at St. Mary's in just 5 years. We have a clinic on campus as well where our students are able to do some clinical work as well. And we also have a student design major, which I think really speaks to that individualized nature of the experience at St. Mary's. If we don't have a major that you're looking for, you can work with faculty members from multiple departments to create a major that works best for you. But like I said, we have over 50 to choose from, our most popular being nursing, education, business, psychology, biology, and chemistry. In other words, our sciences or our pre-health and pre-medical professional programs. Now, as I mentioned, we are a women's college, and there are many benefits to a women's college. It's okay if some of you have never known anyone personally that attended a women's college. I myself hadn't until I attended St. Mary's. But there are many benefits. I think when you put women together in order to discover their passions and their strengths, it becomes a really powerful place. At St. Mary's, we cater to the way that women learn best, which studies show is through talking. So our classes are primarily discussion-based. We create an environment where every single woman's voice is heard in the classroom and outside the classroom, and we provide many leadership opportunities for our women so that by the time that they graduate from St. Mary's, they feel prepared to go out into the world and make a difference. There are many statistics out there that speak to the benefits of a women's college, and I would encourage all of you to go check those out. We all have Google, so I definitely recommend checking out the benefits of a women's college on your own time, but just a couple of statistics that support the benefits 51% of women's college alumni go on to complete a graduate degree, compared to only 27% of public university graduates. 81% of women's college alums say that they feel prepared for their jobs because of their college experience directly, compared to only 65% of public university graduates. Now, when it comes to opportunities on our campus, as I stated, we are very unique in our tri-campus community placement. We are located just across the street from the University of Notre Dame. We were founded just 2 years after them, and next door to Holy Cross College. So our students have the opportunity not only to get to know one another, but to be involved in the tri-campus community. Our students can join clubs and organizations on any of the 3 campuses, beginning their first year. So in total, over 510 clubs and organizations to choose from. Our students can take classes and join as well on the other campuses. So starting sophomore year, it's 1 class per semester, junior year, same thing, and your senior year, 2 classes per semester that you can take at Notre Dame or Holy Cross College, and their students can take on our campus too. You can go to sporting events, including Notre Dame football games, and sit in the student section. We have just about 60 students per year that are in the Notre Dame marching band as well. So there are a lot of opportunities for co-ed involvement in the tri-campus. We have lots of opportunities for faith and spiritual development. We are a Catholic college. We don't require that our students are Catholic, but we provide many opportunities for our students to dive into their faith and spiritual life through campus ministry and our Center for Spirituality. One of our core values is justice, and about 83% of our students complete some type of service during their time at St. Mary's. We have lots of clubs and organizations and activities that are centered around service opportunities and giving back to the community. We want to make sure that our students graduate global citizens. We have 8 Division III teams. We are NCAA, MIAA, that is our division, and we have those 8 Division III teams. We also have club sports and intramural sports, and if there is not a club sport you are looking for at St. Mary's, you can join club sports at Holy Cross and the University of Notre Dame. About 50% of our students also study abroad. We're very holistic in our application process, and we look at absolutely every single part of the application. If you do apply to St. Mary's, I'll be the first to review your application. My contact information will be on the coming slides, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me. We offer merit scholarships that range from $20,000 to $34,000 per year and are renewable for 4 years. We are consistently ranked by U.S. News and World Report in Best National Liberal Arts Colleges. We hope you continue to stay engaged with St. Mary's. You can check out more information, including a virtual tour, at stmarys.edu/visit. I hope to hear from you soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Oh, great. Next up, we have DePauw University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm just pulling up my PowerPoint. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Jacqueline Bauer, and I'm the Director for Southeast Recruiting for DePauw University. I'm actually based here in Florida. I'm a Florida native myself, and I'm excited to share information about DePauw University for the next couple of minutes. I'm going to tell you about how you can find your gold within at DePauw. So a little bit about our campus. We're located in a town called Greencastle, and you can see a beautiful aerial shot of our campus right here. We are located close to Indianapolis, about 45 minutes away from Indianapolis, and our town is definitely your typical college town. We are fully residential and guarantee housing all 4 years that you're at DePauw. A snapshot of who we are. We're a little under 2,000 students, and we have a College of Liberal Arts, and we also have a School of Music. As you can see, we're a small university, but we also have a very diverse student body in demographics, ranging from where people are coming from, their nationalities, and also whether they're first generation student, or possibly they're a legacy student. We have students from 38 states. Florida is well represented on our campus, and we also have students from 35 different countries at DePauw. I mentioned we have 2 colleges. Our School of Liberal Arts has 49 majors and 56 different minors. And there's really neat ways to double major, combine majors and minors, and even make your own degree if you wanted to. Some of the top areas that students come to study at DePauw are economics. We have a management fellow program that takes that economics degree up 1 level. That program is for people that want to be CEOs or entrepreneurs or delve deep into the area of business once they graduate. We also have a very strong communications program. Many of our alums work at the top networks and publications throughout the United States, and they help students get a foot in the door with internships. We're also well known for our sciences. Because we're small and we're only undergraduate, there is a lot of opportunity to get involved with research. So a lot of our students have med school as their final goal, and they'll major in biochemistry, kinesiology, biology. We've also seen a big uptick in global health recently. Obviously, that's due to the pandemic. Our School of Music also has some unique degree tracks. You could major in a performance-related track, music education, or you could combine a performance or music education with one of our liberal arts majors and do a joint degree, which is very popular. A lot of students love to keep up their musical talent in classes, but they also want to possibly explore a career in a different area. So you have the opportunity to do that at DePauw. Something else that we offer is access. I mentioned a few times that we're small. Your classes will have no more than 25 people in them. So you get a lot of faculty mentorship, a lot of advising, a lot of opportunities to get research and internships, even from your second, first year at DePauw. You also will have great alumni connections. We have 35,000 living alumni who love helping out current students. They are very passionate about their time at DePauw. And if you're an applicant, they might even reach out to you. So they're excited to help bringing new tigers to campus. Also, lots of opportunities to develop leadership through extracurriculars. We have 100 clubs and activities on campus, which is an awful lot for a campus our size, but our students like to be involved. Most of them are involved in 2 or 3 different things. Everything from Greek life, we have D3 athletics. Most of our students from Florida are athletes. Student government, peer mentors, pretty much anything you could think of. We also have study abroad, which is very important and popular on our campus. Almost all of our students try to do a program abroad. We're ranked one of the top universities for sending students to different nations. We have 100 approved programs, but if there's a program that you want to do that's not already approved, we have an amazing center that will work with you to make sure that you're going to get credits for any classes that you take when you're in one of these programs. If you feel a little hesitant about going abroad, maybe the pandemic still has you wanting to stay close to home, we also bring the world to Greencastle. We bring guest speakers, about 3 or 4 every year, and they range from political leaders to civic leaders to performers. So lots of opportunities to get a global experience on our campus. These are some things that we're proud of, why it all matters and why you're actually going to college. We have a 97% placement rate. That means most of our students have a job within 6 months of graduation. Also, if you're thinking about med school or law school, look on the right, or it might be on your left, a 90% med school placement rate and 80% law school acceptance rate. And I mentioned internships. 84% of our students actually do a really great internship. Many do more than one. This is a cute little thing that one of our students made for us. And it just talks about what type of students are the ones we're looking for in applicants, the ones that do best on our campus. And we have a paw print to go with our mascot of Tyler the Tiger. If this is sounding great to you, here is some quick information on how to apply. We are on the Common App. We have a couple of extra questions, nothing too intense. Our application is free and we are test optional. So we make it really easy for you to apply to DePauw. We take a big look at your transcript, your classes, your curriculum. We're looking for A-, B+ students. Campus visits are great, but you can also connect with us. You could connect with me. I live here in Florida. You could connect with us virtually, and it counts for that same affinity as a campus visit. We look at your letters of recommendation. We would like to have at least 2 of those. And we look at your activities. So like I said, we're really holistic. If you do have a great test score that you want to submit to us, it could only help you with merit awards. And as I wrap up, because I'm getting the wrap up signal, here is my contact information, which I will also drop into the chat. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Drexel University.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Maggie Ho. I'm from Drexel University. I work as an undergraduate admissions counselor. Can everybody see my screen? Yes? No? Yes, awesome. Drexel University is located within University City because we are right next to two major universities. In a 2-block radius, we have about 40,000 college students, and in the city of Philadelphia as a whole, you can expect about 250,000 college students. So being in Philadelphia will allow you to have access to a younger crowd at all times and go to a bunch of events on a college budget. I loved living on campus when I was a student. So some of the highlights of being a student on campus were close to 15,000 undergraduate students. However, it doesn't always feel that large because of our co-op program, where you can expect more consistently a 7,000 student population at all times on campus. Something I also love is how many options that we have at our university. We have over 80 undergraduate majors, so you can pretty much study whatever you'd like and combine it to really shape your experience. On the application, we only ask you for your first choice major as well as your second choice major. However, should you accept our offer and come to Drexel University, you can double major or pick up multiple minors. We also offer accelerated degree programs where you can get a bachelor's and master's all within 4 or 5 years and could save you some time if you already know you want to go to grad school. And finally, since we're a large school, we really like to emphasize that we do have resources catered as if we were a much smaller campus. Our student to faculty ratio is only 10-1, and our median class sizes are 19 students, so you never have to fight for face time with an advisor, professor, tutor, or any resources that you might need to be successful here on campus. Something that we love at Drexel is creating a unique curriculum that will tie in world-class academics as well as real-world experience. And this is inside the classroom and outside of the classroom. Inside the classroom, through your curriculum, you get to do amazing things that will allow you to apply the theory that you're learning in textbooks to something that's actually applicable. Take, for example, this photo in the background from our medical simulation lab, where students actually get to go in this room that looks exactly like a hospital room, but it's all fake and it's on campus. And Drexel will pay hired actors to come and act out medical situations where you as a student will have to react to the situation, which is really interesting. You basically get to apply all the theory that you learned in your nursing classes without the real life consequences. And this isn't just for our nursing students. All students within every major has some sort of hands-on component within their classroom to prepare them for their co-ops and for their jobs. Going beyond the books, there's so many opportunities for you to be a well-rounded individual here at the university. I'll get to co-op. I know it's a big ticket item here at our university, but I do want to touch on that we are an R1 research institution, meaning we have the highest level of funding for students that want to participate in research, and you can be in any major to do research here. We've even had students in fashion design and design and merchandising do research on sustainable textiles. So pretty much whoever wants to do research is definitely allowed to do so. And you can get started as early as your first year through the Star Scholar program, which stands for Students Tackling Advanced Research. In this program, you get to stay on campus for free the summer after your first year, get a little allowance, and work with a professor or mentor of your choice to work on whatever research you would like. Aside from research, we also have study abroad programs. You can take classes towards your degree, you can co-op abroad and basically work for a company in a different country for a couple months at a time, or you can even do an intensive study abroad where for 3.5 months, you're in the classroom on campus working with a professor and your classmates on a specific project, proposal, or pitch in partnership with a company or organization in a different country. And then at the end of the class, you take a big field trip to meet that organization and present your project and your findings. And then the rest of the week, you get to enjoy the cultures and sights and sounds of where you are, which is really nice for students that don't know if they want to study abroad yet, but still want to get their feet wet into the experience. All right, touching on the co-op program, it is the bread and butter of what we do here at Drexel. It is also the jewel of our university because it's why most students end up coming here. Co-op stands for the Cooperative Education Program, where you basically get to take 6 to 18 months out of your school schedule, not go to school, not pay tuition, and work full time just to figure out, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? Or even, do I want to do this for the first couple of years out of graduation? Many students will take this opportunity to figure out, do I want to work in a smaller company or a larger company? Or do I want to start my own company? Some students use this opportunity to figure out, where do I want to live? You might be living in Philadelphia, but you're coming from Florida. Maybe you want to try out the West Coast. And again, you could always try out a different country as well. The average salary for a co-op is $19,000. So students actually get paid while they are working and getting that work experience within the industry of their choice. And we don't throw you in the deep end and tell you, hey, find a full-time job, work it a couple months, and let us know if you'd like it. But we definitely prepare you with resources to have those conversations and secure those positions successfully. You have a co-op 101 class where you'll learn how to start a LinkedIn account, write a resume, how to do a proper handshake, and how to dress for an interview. You'll also have access to our co-op job portal, which is exclusively for our co-op students. It's broken up into a 4-year 1 co-op curriculum or a 5-year 3 co-op curriculum. This is a little intense to break down in 30 seconds, so feel free to email me at the end of today's session if you have questions regarding this. And to close, we are a city school that's not really lost within the city. It's a fantastic place to grow as a student and as a professional. So when you're ready, find us on the Common App, and I hope to read your early decision or early action application, maybe even regular decision. We are test optional. So if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Alrighty, next up we have Lycoming College.
Okay, my PowerPoint's not working, so I'm just gonna wing it, I guess. So I'm from Lycoming College. We're located in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We are a small liberal arts school. We have about 1,200 students on campus at all times. We're a mostly residential school with about 83% of our students living on campus. You do have to live on campus at Lycoming all 4 years unless you are a commuter student. You guys coming from Florida, so you would probably not be commuting. We offer 43 different majors and 66 different minors. Some of the new really cool ones that we're really excited about are, we just added astrophysics and astronomy with a brand new planetarium that we just got done building. So we're really excited about that. We just added a 3D animation major for you art students. We're really excited about that as well as your normal type programs, psychology, business, education. If you're interested in something, we probably have it for you. There's 175,000 different ways to customize a degree at Lycoming College, and our faculty make sure that you're getting the interdisciplinary classes that you need to make sure that your degrees make sense and work. On-campus activities, we have over 80 clubs and organizations that you can get involved in. Anything from karate club to our esports club team. I know we're trying to get it to be an actual competing team. We're working on that. So if anyone's interested in that, we have all sorts of different foreign language clubs. Basically, if you have an interest, an extracurricular interest that you want to follow at Lycoming College, you can. We are D3 in athletics. We have 19 different sports. If you have questions about being an athlete on campus, feel free to ask me. I was an athlete for 4 years at Lycoming, and I loved my time there doing that. We just added 2 new sports, both baseball for the men and field hockey for women. Both of those teams will be club sports this year, but then move into NCAA Division III the year after. So, we're really excited to be adding those two different programs to our campus. One thing I do want to mention is our Center for Enhanced Academic Experiences. And what an enhanced academic experience is to us is it is a study abroad, an internship, a student research opportunity, a double major, or a minor. Any of those things check off that enhanced academic experience box for us. You do have to do at least one of those opportunities on campus for us. I think I did probably 4 during my time at Lycoming. So, most students don't have an issue completing that requirement to graduate. Some real quick numbers just to throw at you. Our freshman incoming GPA average is about a 3.4, and our average SAT is about an 1120, and our ACT is somewhere around a 20 to 23. So if you're anywhere in those ranges, you shouldn't be worried too much about acceptance into the school. Obviously anything over that will help you out. We are test optional. So, if you don't feel like your test scores truly reflect who you are as a student, feel free to go the test optional route. We're happy to look at your application that way as well. We are on the Common App. Deadline is December 1st, just like, many other schools. Let's see. I'm trying to think of everything now because I don't have my PowerPoint. Wow. Yeah, that's about everything I have to throw at you. I will throw my email in the chat along with my phone number. I'm sorry that my presentation was kind of off guard for us, but yeah, that's everything I have. So thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have Penn State University.
Sorry about that, just getting set up here. Hi, everyone. My name is Katie Immel. I'm the Assistant Director for Recruitment, as well as the out-of-state admissions counselor for the state of Florida. I'm hoping that you can see my PowerPoint. Chris, I will say I have a lot of friends that went to Lycoming, and their passion for that school is unmatched. So definitely consider that. And I'm sorry you didn't have your PowerPoint. I understand that as well. It's happened to me. So anyway, everyone, I am happy to have you guys here today. Penn State is a top 1% university. So out of 18,000 universities, we were recently ranked number 53. We really attribute that to the amount of undergraduate research we do. You can see on this slide, we had over $1 billion worth of undergraduate research this past year. So that's a huge number, but I promise it comes from a lot of different grants and different sources, not necessarily tuition. I can talk about any of these things here today. If you do have a question about study abroad or student faculty ratio, anything like that, I'm happy to touch on. At Penn State, we offer over 275 different academic programs. So some of our top majors are business, engineering, pre-med, nursing, musical theater, but we offer a lot of liberal arts degrees. We have a lot of agriculture degrees, education, name it, we probably have it. The really cool thing about Penn State is if you really just have no idea what you want to study, by all means, come in undecided. We call it the Division of Undergraduate Studies. You're able to work with an academic advisor for 2 years and really just explore all of the different majors that you're interested in and start to narrow down what you actually want to do. At the same time, you're going to take personality tests and career aptitude tests to find out what are you passionate about and what would you be good at. And then you're really going to narrow it down to pick your major. We do have a few direct admit majors: nursing, architecture, landscape architecture, graphic design. And there's 2 more that I'm forgetting right now. Musical theater and theater, I'm sorry. So those are programs that you do have to apply to as a first-year student. You cannot transfer into them later on. We also have over 1,200 clubs and activities. So these range from purely fun to purely academic, social, religious, cultural organization, networking, IM sports, pretty much everything. The really great part is that if you find something you're passionate about, chances are you're going to be able to get involved. I always tell students too that a great way to build your resume is by joining one of these clubs, because leadership is always great for employers. So at Penn State, there's 1,200 leadership opportunities knocking at your door. All of these things are available at all 20 of our campuses. So if you aren't familiar with Pennsylvania, we do have, or excuse me, Penn State, we do have 20 campuses spread out throughout the state. Each one of these dots is one of our campuses. So if you're familiar with Pennsylvania, you might have heard of Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. They're two larger cities in Pennsylvania, and we have campuses right on those outskirts. So you get that big city feel, but then you're also in that smaller liberal arts style school. We also have one like in Scranton, Pennsylvania. If you've ever watched The Office, it's kind of set there. And then smack dab in the middle is University Park. That's our largest campus. So that's the one with 46,000 students in our Division I athletics. All the other ones do have other athletics, usually D3, as well as they range in size from about 500 students to about 5,000 students. So much smaller, but it's really great, especially if you wanted that smaller liberal arts style of school, you're able to do that still with that nice big Penn State name, because no matter where you start or finish, it is a Penn State education that you will be receiving. I don't do my job if I don't talk about our 2+2 program. So at Penn State, you are able to start almost any program at almost any one of our campuses for your first 2 years. You got a lot of your general education, as well as your 100 and 200 level major courses done. And then you transition to a campus that offers your degree. So for most students, that's at University Park. So for most students, they start at one of our smaller Commonwealth campuses for their first 2 years, and then they finish their degree at University Park. This process is seamless. You simply just start scheduling classes at your next campus. You can finish at any of the other campuses depending on your major, but again, most people do finish at University Park. I'm happy to answer any questions with 2+2, and I will throw my email up at the end as well. In order to apply, you do need an online application through the Common App, the Coalition app, or the My Penn State app. We also need your self-reported academic record. So this is where you get your transcript from your high school and input all the classes you took and the grades you received from grades 9th, 10th, and 11th, as well as your schedule for grade 12. We are test optional through 2023. So if you're a current senior or junior, you are test optional. This means that it's completely optional. So you can either apply with them and we will review them as part of your review, or if you just didn't take the test or you don't do so well on SAT tests, you can go ahead and go test optional. We simply won't review them. Whatever you put on your application is what we're looking for. So if you say you want them included, your application won't be complete until we receive them. If you say you want to go optional, then if you send them, we will ignore them. The bulk of our decision either way does come from your course. So the courses you took, the rigor of those courses, and how well you did in them, your academic record really is the basis for our decision. You'll create a My Penn State profile that will have all of this information and more after you apply. You're trying to estimate whether you would be accepted. This chart is semi-helpful. And I'm sorry if you can hear my baby crying. He is only 4 months old and currently teething, so I apologize. But this is our middle 50% of students last year. So you're going to notice a difference between the Commonwealth campuses and the University Park campus. Like I mentioned, as soon as you get here, you have the exact same courses, the same rigor, the exact same classes. But it is more competitive to get into University Park because we get more applications to that campus. So just know that if you're looking at this and you're kind of saying, oh, well, I have a 3.95, it is not a guarantee of acceptance, does not mean you will be accepted, just simply gives you an estimate of whether you would be. I am getting the cue that my time is up, so please write down my email, kimmel@psu.edu. I will be happy to send you any information that you need. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. Alrighty, so now we are going to move into the second part of our session. So I'm going to invite all of the presenters back on screen. Alrighty, awesome. So I'm going to ask a couple questions. We're going to hear from them all. Just a brief, another brief minute. So what advice would you give someone going through the search process? I'm going to ask St. Mary's College to go first.
So first and foremost, I would say don't be afraid to ask questions. I think that all of us here on this call would agree that it makes our job way more exciting when we actually get to speak with all of you. There is no such thing as a silly question when it comes to deciding your future. So please reach out to us, whether it's a small question, a big question, something you're a little nervous about asking. If it's something that's weighing on your mind as you're considering colleges, please reach out to us. We're always happy to help.
Thank you. DePauw University, what is your advice?
My advice is to take a look at all the possibilities. Look at out-of-state colleges, in-state colleges, small, big, liberal arts, business, all the different options, and take your time, visit some of us, and really explore things that are out of the box.
Awesome. Thank you. Drexel University, what is your advice?
Thank you. My advice would actually be similar to DePaul, except I would say look into schools that you would never consider going to, because some of them might actually change your mind or interest you. I've had so many friends that had Drexel last on their list just because it's their backyard, but they didn't know anything about it. And then it ended up being their top choice when they actually visited, they actually learned about the program. So look into a school that you don't think you'll ever go to, give it a chance, maybe a virtual visit, and you never know where you might end up.
Thank you. Lycoming College, what is your advice?
Mine's on the application side of the admissions process. You know, you don't get to brag about yourself too many times in your life, and this is one of the times where you really can. So if you think that, you know, something that you did, you know, in your life that, you know, might help you get into school, put it on there. You know, even if it's something small, make sure you're really saying everything that you've done, because you never know what's going to make a difference of acceptance or not.
Thank you. And Penn State, what is your advice?
I would say also just pay attention to dates and deadlines, the application process. Although a lot of colleges are flexible and will take your application after those dates and deadlines, it's really good to get them in by that time for the process and early action, early decision. They all have strict deadlines at almost every college. So make sure that you are paying attention and double checking with the college that you have a completed application by those deadlines.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's try another one here. So what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? St. Mary's College, I'll have you go first again.
So as a women's college, I would say just how many benefits there are to a women's college experience. As I touched upon during my presentation, I myself had never known anyone that went to a women's college personally until I myself visited St. Mary's for the first time. So I would say just for those of you young women out there, just know that there are many benefits that are worth looking into.
Thank you. DePauw University.
I'm going to continue on that same track and talk about the benefits of a small university, small class size, relationships with your professors. You'll know almost everyone in your incoming class, and lots of opportunities is what we can offer you at a small size college.
Thank you. Drexel?
I would say, as a former student and now a professional of Drexel, I find that it's so helpful that students get to separate their academics and schooling with the professional development and getting full-time work experience. So you don't have to juggle an internship and go to school at the same time. And it really gives you that time to reflect on who you are, what do you want to do, and how do you want to get there.
Thank you. And Lycoming.
You know, definitely don't remember that my PowerPoint didn't work. But what you should remember about Lycoming is just, you know, the experiences that you're going to have here, you know, the hands-on type things that we offer. Our internships are amazing. You know, we've had people with Smithsonian and other amazing internship type opportunities. So, you know, just the faculty care of your career goals at Lycoming.
Okay, thank you. And Penn State, what do you want students to remember?
I would say probably that at Penn State, you're able to really find your niche. So whether you want a small campus or a big one, you're going to find it all different kinds of majors. So I think that's really what's nice, is you can find your fit pretty easily at Penn State.
Awesome, thank you. We have a couple more minutes. So I'm going to throw this last one out here. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? I'll give you just a second, and then St. Mary's College, when you're ready, go ahead.
So I think this is a tough one. I would say that in recent years, there's kind of an idea that more and more schools don't actually read your application essay. I would here at St. Mary's College, we read absolutely every single word of your application from start to finish. I've been reviewing applications for 6 years now. So just know that there are certain institutions that absolutely read every single word and look at your application with a fine-tooth comb. So be sure that you're asking questions about the application process and the various pieces as you go through your application.
Awesome, thank you. DePauw?
A lot of people feel the college admission application process is stressful. So I would say that it shouldn't be stressful and to relax and enjoy the process and have a good time with it, because there's going to be a place for you. There's always a place for everyone.
Thank you. Drexel?
I would say, remember that we're regular people that are just reading things about you, and we're not looking for reasons to not admit you. We want to find every reason for you to be a fit into whatever community you want to be part of. So I hope that provides you some peace and some comfort when you're writing your essay, when you're sharing those stories with us, that is just another person that gets to read your story and potentially seeing if you would be happy on our campuses.
Thank you. Lycoming?
For me, it would just be that, everyone has to know what they want to do when they get into college. We love dealing with undecided students because, we can help them find out what they want to do. So, being undecided is completely fine. Don't feel any pressure if you are in that scenario.
Thank you. And Penn State?
I really like that one. I might just steal that one next time. But I would say that just because you don't have parents that are alums or something like that, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be favored. We don't have certain percentages of every state that we need, at least not for Penn State, but I think most colleges are the same. We're looking for the best and brightest, the best fits, not necessarily a percentage of students from each category. So.
Awesome, thank you. Those are some great answers. Thank you all so much. Alrighty, so with that, I'm going to wrap things up. A huge thank you to our presenters for your time and all the information you put together for us. And thank you to our participants for spending the evening with us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a quick survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. If you wanted to see a different session or you want to come back to this one, all of them were recorded. And so you can find all of those recordings at strivescan.com/Manatee District Virtual College Fair. And with that, we are concluding the session. So thank you so much again and have a great night.